What's up, Rad Fam? The topic of skinwalkers is something we've covered a couple times on this channel in various ways. I think it started with, in 2016, I did a collab with Mortis Media where we shared some skinwalker stories together. And we also did a video where we covered Native American urban legends, and in that, I believe the skinwalker stories were also shared. I want to know a little bit more about this creature, like maybe more characteristics about it, maybe more sightings and facts and origin, and just all that good stuff that a paranormal deep dive uncovers on this channel. So let's get to it. So of course, the first place we're stopping is good old trustworthy Wikipedia. In Navajo culture, a skinwalker is a type of harmful witch or medicine man that has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. To do some not great things, I assume, that because they said it is harmful. That is very unsettling. A person taking on the form of an animal to do harm onto you. That is incredibly creepy. Ugh. God, I'm just getting like mental images of like someone that doesn't like you chasing you in a forest while like shape-shifted into a very creepy creature. It's very interesting though that the basis of the urban legend is that a person is capable of possessing or morphing themselves into an animal. Because the skinwalker that I'm used to is like a humanoid, human hybrid creature thing. That's what a humanoid is. That not at all looks like an actual animal and is very terrifying and has long limbs that can like crawl at fast speeds, and oh, you do not want to run into one of those things at night. Maybe that's a different variation that came from this original form. Hopefully we'll find that out today. So a little bit of background into the different forms of this urban legend. I'm going to try to pronounce this. Bear in mind that my pronunciation will not be good. In the Navajo language, Yi Nadadushia translates to by means of it, it goes on all four. While perhaps the most common variety seen in horror fiction by non-Navajo people, so twisting the urban legend, obviously, these creatures is one of several varieties of Navajo witch, specifically a type of Hini. The legend of the skinwalkers is not well understood outside of Navajo culture, mostly due to reluctance to discuss the subject with outsiders. Navajo people are reluctant to reveal skinwalker lore to non-Navajos, or to discuss it at all among those they do not trust. Navajo witches, including skinwalkers, represent the antithesis of Navajo culture values. While community healers and cultural workers are known as medicine men and women, or by terms in the local indigenous language, witches are seen as evil, performing twisted ceremonies and manipulating magic in a perversion of the good works medicine people traditionally perform. In order to practice their good works, traditional healers learn about both good and evil magic. Most can handle the responsibility, but some people can become corrupt and choose to become witches. So, thus embracing the dark side of magic. That's very fascinating. I didn't know that. See, this is why we love these deep dives, to learn more about it. So now that we have a basis of what skinwalkers are and where they originate from, let's actually hear the legend. Animals associated with witchcraft usually include tricksters such as the coyote, but they can include other creatures, usually those associated with death or bad omens. They might also possess living animals or people and walk around in their bodies by locking eyes with them. Okay, well, that's very terrifying. You can just look at somebody and not know what they're capable of, and then they just take on your form? Okay. You couldn't trust anybody then. Skinwalker stories told among Navajo children may be complete life and death struggles that end in either Skinwalker or Navajo killing the other, or partial encounter stories that end in a stalemate. Encounter stories may be composed as Navajo victory stories, with the skinwalkers approaching a hogan and being scared away. Non-native interpretations of skinwalker stories typically take the form of partial encounter stories on the road, where the protagonist is temporarily vulnerable, but then escapes from the skinwalker in a way not traditionally seen in Navajo stories that takes place away from home. Sometimes Navajo children take Euro-derived folk stories and substitute skinwalkers for generic killers like the Hook, which is one we had actually just covered in American urban legends. It's fascinating to see how a story can change among two cultures. So with that, we can see how the variations arise. And that's true of any urban legend that starts somewhere and ends up halfway across the world. Is going to be changed and modified by the different groups of people to fit what would be most scary to them. Let's look a little bit more into the legend itself. I want to know a little more specifics, I guess. Many Navajos believe firmly in the existence of skinwalkers. They believe skinwalkers walk freely among the tribe and secretly transform under the cover of night. So the people that choose to embrace the dark side of magic, they choose to use his or her power for evil by taking the form of an animal specifically to inflict pain and suffering onto others. But I want to know, like, is there any more requirements? Is there any more like characteristics that these people share that become these skinwalkers? This article actually answers that. To become a skinwalker requires the most evil of deeds, the killing of a close family member. Yeah, that's evil, all right. Oh, wow, that is dark. Those who have talked of their encounters with evil beings describe a number of ways in which skinwalkers will try to inflict harm onto you. Some describe hearing knocks on the window or banging on the walls. Okay, so they like to make quite a spooky entrance. Others have spotted an animal-like figure peering into their windows. According to Navajo skinwalker legend, they are seldom caught. Those who do track a skinwalker and learn of their true identity must pronunciate the name of the evil one in full. Once this happens, the skinwalker will get sick or die for the wrongings they have inflicted against others. So thankfully, there is said to be a way to beat a skinwalker. So I mean, while they're seldom caught, and that's very scary, that someone that could be your friend that you would never suspect is someone evil. I mean, at least, you know, if you have a sneaking suspicion, I guess just start saying some names. Like many urban legends, it really is hard to nail down specifics of the stories because with the supernatural or paranormal, you're not really going to get a clear-cut answer or description of what they're capable of because different encounters say different things. So that's to be expected, but we do know like the basis of what a skinwalker is and how it becomes one and how to defeat it. So we've already learned quite a lot that I had no idea of, and that makes the urban legend that much more chilling. But now we're going to go to a website that claims to have a few facts about skinwalkers. So let's just like name some off real quick just to like understand it just a little bit more. Don't ever think about locking eyes with a skinwalker. That's how they absorb themselves into your body and then control your every move. So the one article made it seem like they are able just to replicate themselves looking like you, but this one's saying that they literally control you. But that does go back to the whole replicating and possessing. So is it up to them to decide what they want to do, or with humans, is it more a possession case and not mimicking your likeness? Both incredibly terrifying, but I guess I'd rather someone look like me doing bad things than someone actually taking over my body making me do bad things. This one is blowing my mind that it's actually a fact, and I honestly think we had to do like a deep dive video into this specifically all on its own because there's just so much information out there about it. But there's actually a ranch in Utah called Skinwalker Ranch. It's actually called Skinwalker Ranch. Oh, no thank you. I don't want to go there. Because there have been so many sightings of skinwalkers. Oh, so there's a place that's said to have a bunch of these creatures roaming around. Why? Why does that exist? Why would anyone want to go there? I mean, not gonna lie, I'm kind of fascinated. But like, also, no, I like to lock eyes with people when I talk to them. I don't want to have to like worry about someone possessing my body. Ooh, that is so creepy. Another fun, terrifying fact. Skinwalkers can run for greater distances than normal people. They're said to be able to run for 200 miles at a time. Oh, great. So if you want to try to outrun one, GG's, I guess. But apparently, according to this website, there is some hope for you. So don't go thinking that if you live near the Skinwalker Ranch that you are going to be subjected to skinwalkers just barging in at any hour. If you are in your home, rest assured, unless you personally invite a skinwalker into your own home, they cannot enter. So, you know, I guess if you live near the Skinwalker Ranch, just don't invite anyone into your house and make everyone hang out in your backyard. I mean, I guess that's great that at least you have some sort of safe haven, but if you don't know their identity, once if they're like your cousin or something, so of course they're going to come over. Ugh. Oh, and the last gruesome fact we are going to share today is actually built upon one we've already talked about, which is to become a skinwalker. It's said that you have to kill someone close to you. Oh, well, there's a little bit more to it, according to this website. So not only do you have to kill someone close to you, most likely a family member or a loved one, you then have to Eat them just when you thought it couldn't get any darker, huh? By performing this act, the soon-to-be Skinwalker loses any humanity they have left in them. And honestly, yeah, that sounds about right. So that's a great way to end this video. I hope you guys liked today's deep dive. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps out this video and this channel and the Rad fam. You guys are so great. And until next time, keep with the radness and don't invite someone you suspect to be a Skinwalker into your home, I guess. But keep with the radness. Bye. Oh, that's so chilling. Charlie, are you a Skinwalker? You are a little bit evil, so I could see it. I could see it. Yeah.